Hi YouTube. Back at the end of August of 2020, a bunch of my friends and I went up to the Adirondacks and did some canoeing on various lakes, and we camped at Lake Eaton Campground. I tried to convince one of my friends to bring his mountain bike, but he didn't think there was any biking there. However, I figured out that there was, and the way I figured it out, he really wants to know how I did it. So some of the sites I use are Gaia GPS. If you go to Lake Eaton Campground, we were camped over at the end of this area, and there's no trails off here showing up. And if you go over the other side, there is a trail going up to Owl's Head Mountain. If you look on OpenStreetMap, here's Lake Eaton Campground. They have the trail going up to Owl's Head right there, but on the other side of the lake, they don't have any trail going off this direction. Well, how I figured out that there is a trail that goes around the lake was I used Strava. I used create a new route. And I typed in Long Lake, New York. And if I come here and I get to Lake Eaton Campground. So if you're looking at the end of this road, there doesn't appear to be a trail here. But if you do show global heat map, you can see all these blue lines that some people have come down here and turned around at the cul-de-sac, but some people have kept going. So the way I created a route was I just started here and I went to manual mode there, and I just started clicking on points along here and made up a route all the way around the lake. Here is where you intersect with the trail up to that Owl's Head. So we came down this, and pretty much this whole loop here was lousy. It was a double track, there were a lot of mud holes, and there were a lot of down trees. So we were on and off our bike the whole way around here. But when we came down to this downhill, that is the trail to Owl's Head, holy crap, that was fun. It's a pretty difficult downhill, but it was a blast. Now, once we're back here, we're on a road, and you can actually get out of manual mode and go into follow the road mode and come back to the campground. So now what you would do is save this over here, call it Lake Eaton Loop, and call it mountain bike, and save to routes. Then if you star this route, and I have my GPS connected, Garmin Express, that route will sync to my GPS. Apparently my GPS is not connected, and it's not connected. So these magically got transferred by Garmin Express to my Edge 1030. The other option is to export this to a file and find the GPX file that you exported, copy it, paste it into your Garmin New Files folder, and then it would pick that up. So that's how it goes. When we actually rode this loop, as I said, it was kind of crappy, except for the very end. That was a blast. So I actually created a segment for this last bit of downhill off the mountain, which was pretty steep, pretty technical, and a lot of fun. And here's our ride. We rode 8.23 miles, and here's that segment I called it Owl's Head Down. I was flying down it, and I did a 318. Somebody has done a 230, which is crazy. My friend John was with me. He crashed, and he ended up doing 7 minutes and 11 seconds. Anyway, not very many people have ever ridden this, but that's not the whole point of this. The whole point of this is, how did I find a route to ride where there were no trails? Okay, now you know how to find places that aren't on any maps, but might be okay to ride. Thanks for watching.